Hi guys, Shopper back once again with another mint in box. I know it's been a little while since I last did one of these, so bear with me while I get back into the groove of things. But today we're looking at the Battle Strike Team Space Deleter Solar Saver. This is a reissue of a 2014 toy of a Chinese tokusatsu. Now I know that's a lot of words immediately as like a preface for this review, but bear with me. The titular Space Deleters are the second in a group of Sentai similar enough to Japanese Sentai and Power Rangers that China has done themselves, and for the most part they're pretty good. And their toys are really good, which is why I wanted to get this fella. But just to give you an idea, we have the Beast inspired team that came first. I think that was just Giant Saver. Then you've got Space Deleter and then Rescue Engine. Apparently there is another one coming this year, but Railway Vanguard is going to be animated. So it's no longer tokusatsu, so why should I care? This is very different in terms of packaging from the original 2014 release. This comes in a nice window box, whereas the original came in more of a standard kind of Bandai premium kind of box where it had like the nice card insert and just a blank box with the box art. Real nice looking. I like this too. I'm not big on like box snobbery, but yeah, we got the Solar Saver, we got the one for the Yellow and Green Rangers, we got their combined form, then the 6th Ranger kind of battleship, which looks really cool, which I might get just because, and the back showing everything that I'm about to show you. So yeah, it's a very nice box. It's really big. It got dinged up in post, but what can you do? You're ordering from AliExpress. You're lucky if you get a box at all, really. So let's take a look at the toy inside. Out of the packaging, this is pretty much the bulk of what you're getting with the Solar Saver. This is all of the component parts in their vehicle modes. So let's count down 3, 2, 1 with the Venus Force Pink Rangers designated vehicle, the Dreaming Star, Dreamstar, or RCV-3. It's a kind of orbital satellite that has kind of a cool design. I would have liked the wings to do a bit more, honestly, but I really like the translucent paneling to give it kind of a solar powered vibe. And it's very simple. It's got rockets on the back. It's just a really simple design, and I kind of like the colours of it, honestly. Next up we have the Sky Transporter RCV-2, piloted by Mercury Force Blue. It's a very hefty, chunky bit of kit. This, it's really massive and really big. Just to give you a size indication, this is the deluxe red fire engine Zord from the Lightspeed Megazord, and it is dwarfed by the Sky Transporter. It's ridiculous how big it is, but we'll get to a Zord size comparison later. This doesn't do a lot. It carries the red Zord pretty easily because it can be tabbed in, but there is also a secondary mode where if you fold up like so, fold that down and place the rocket on the platform, we have a launch station, which is a kind of a cool double duty way of getting this done. Doesn't plug in anywhere, and there isn't really a place for this to go either, but what can you do? And that's about your lot. It's a big, hefty, chunky thing. You can separate the trailer from the main body, because obviously these are component parts for a bigger Ultra Zord. and they may be Zord build compatible. I'm not sure. I doubt it though, because obviously this is massive, and Bandai America stuff is probably pretty tiny, and plastic quality is probably a lot cheaper, honestly, which is weird because like Chinese Sentai, you expect this to be cheap of cheap, but no, this plastic quality is really good. It feels robust and chunky, and that it could take a beating in playtime. This is the final component we have to look at, which is Mars Force Red's Rising Arrow, or RCV-1. It's just a big rocket ship, innit? And yeah, it's just a big new rocket ship. Really cool, really like it. It's not very aerodynamic because it's got a big logo on one side of it, but for the most part I really dig it. I really like the colour design, I like the plastic quality. It's just a good toy. Now let's get to the best part of any kind of Megazord review, the Megazord itself. So we're going to get Sky Trailer going, Rocket Red slotted in there, take off the component parts, separate the arms from the weapon, flick out the arm connectors, and finally and there we have it, Solar Saber in his combined mode. It's a big lad. He is 13 inches tall, which is massive for one of these, especially nowadays. And he's just a hefty boy. He's really solid. You're not gonna worry about him falling to pieces very easily. He's sturdy as out. For a quick size comparison, here is Lightning Collection Lord Drakon and the deluxe Bandai Lightspeed Megazord, mostly complete. It's got a peg leg, but for the most part this is giving you a good example of how big it is and what it's going to look like on your shelf next to other tokusatsu related gubbins. So yeah, he's a big lad, but he's well worth it in my opinion. And finally we come to the Rocket Pod, which is designed to equip via a series of tabs. There we go. And raise his arm up and pop open the finishing weapon. Not sure if it has a name, but it's just a cool weapon for us to have. This Megazord wouldn't be out of place in a Power Rangers series. It looks really cool. It could be part of the Space Team, could be part of Lost Galaxy, could be part of a lot of them really. It's just got a really cool dynamic look to it, and I really enjoy it. I've wanted this for a while. The re-release, I can't really see any differences in terms of the aesthetic and the toy itself, but I know the box is different, but the toy itself I think is pretty much the same as the one that came out in 2014. I don't think there's any missing components from the reviews I've seen previously anyway. But yeah, I'm really impressed with the Solar Saber, and I'm probably gonna pick up a couple more just to see what their quality is like. But yeah, I highly recommend this. It's only about 38 quid on AliExpress, which for a toy this size, of this quality, in the West, in terms of Power Rangers, you'd be running over 60 quid, I think. So I think 40 quid, you'd get a bashed up box a bit, but the toy itself doesn't lie. It's a super good, robust, really cool looking toy, and it'll look good on any tokusatsu fan's shelf, I think. So yeah, I highly recommend it. As always, My name is Sharpo. This has been the Space Deleter Solar Saver from All Day. And I'll catch you guys next time for another Mint in Box.